Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cashflow Mastery, top tips to improve cash flow. So my name's Anjanika, and I'm part of the education team here at Xero. And it's Education Month at Xero, which means we have a range of content available for the whole month of November and even into December. So there's lots of valuable content to choose from, so make sure to check that out for some other webinars that we're running. So my colleague Nicole will post a link to the Education Month webpage in the chat box now. Now, I'm sure everyone here on this webinar would love faster payments. So my goal in the next 30 minutes is to ensure that you all walk away with at least one practical tip to get paid faster or take control of your cash flow. We also have a mix of people on this webinar today with varying levels of Xero knowledge. So some are business owners and others are staff working in a business, but there will be something there for everyone. And it's now more important than ever before to take control over your cash flow because as we all know, we are living in a highly inflationary environment with more economic turbulence predicted to come. In fact, according to our Money's Matters report, 60% of Australian small businesses have reported cash flow issues just in the past year. But while things are difficult, there are some key steps that we can take to get greater control of cash flow, which we'll cover today. So this includes having greater visibility over your business to make the right decisions, putting measures in place to get paid faster, and cash flow is all about costs. So we'll look at how you can better manage these and put some steps in place. We'll go through adopting digital tools to save time, thereby getting more money flowing into the business. And finally, connecting with an advisor and where to find the right one for your business. So there are many businesses out there today which are overwhelmed and don't know where to start, and fair enough. You might be lost in spreadsheets, spending too much time figuring out which invoices are paid or unpaid, have a number of supplier invoices piling up on a dining room table, and for many, there is just no oversight over where the business is at any given point in time. So the question I ask is, how can your business really expect to improve its cash flow if you have no oversight in real time? And that leads me to the first step to improve cash flow, which is to make sure you use tools to give you real-time visibility about your business and cash flow. So visibility is important because it allows us to easily answer questions which directly impact cash flow, such as who owes us money and who do I or admin staff actually need to chase? What bills need to be paid and when? I need to make sure I have enough in the bank account or can negotiate a discount with suppliers. And you'll also get better reporting so that you can quickly see where costs are high and maybe areas of opportunity as well. So to illustrate the importance of getting visibility, I'll demo Xero's dashboard. So it's a simple yet effective way to get an understanding of your business at a glance. And to get the most out of the Xero dashboard, it's so important to have all of your information entered in Xero to keep it up to date. So if we take a look at Xero, we're just on the dashboard right now. And so in the top left, I can see my bank account balances. Now, since my organization is connected to bank feeds, that's how they're pulling through right now. So if you do have a business bank account, make sure to connect bank feeds to Xero if there is a connection in place. So that way you can see your balances at a glance without needing to log into internet banking. In the bottom left, we also have the cash in and cash out graph, highlighting to me my cash flow for each period. So I can take action if needed. And it's super simple. Money coming in is in blue and money going out is in grey. Now in the top right, I've got my accounts watch list. So maybe I want to see my sales for the month, the moment that I log in, or even track my monthly or year-to-date advertising costs. So make sure to add those key accounts that you want to keep a close eye over as soon as you log in. And to add accounts to the watch list, just click on the three dots and click Edit Account Watch List. I'm on a Mac, so I'll hold down Command and click Edit Account Watch List to open this in a new tab. And then just head into your desired account. Let's just say Consulting and Advertising. I'll click on Show on Dashboard Watch List and save. So if I refresh my screen, I'll now see Consulting and Advertising here with the month and year-to-date spend to keep track. Now, going back to this account watch list, you can also show a budgets column if you do have budgets entered into Xero. So you just toggle on this and you can see your actual versus your expected costs. Now, further below, I have the invoices owed to you. And this is why it's important to send all of your invoices from Xero so that you can have action points to get paid faster and know your invoice status at a glance. So here I can see I've got 5 invoices that are overdue in red. And if I clicked into that, it would take me straight to those 5 invoices in Xero so I can take action accordingly. And lastly, we've got the bills you need to pay. So I can see what I need to pay and when as well. Again, to have the visibility of your costs, it's important to have your bills entered into Xero. And I'll soon go through a tool to help you automate this as well. Now, after we have the basic visibility over cash flow, we can now start answering questions around how to improve it. And this leads me to the next point, which is how can we get paid faster? So rather than simply chasing a customer when their invoice falls due, be proactive, keep it simple, and think, how can we make it easier for our customers to pay us? And it doesn't need to be difficult. You can, for example, add a big Pay Now button to the top of your invoices using an online payment provider that integrates with Xero. Your customers can then click that button, enter their credit card or direct debit details straight from the invoice, from their computer or mobile phone on the go. And so that way they can make payment when they're on the go as well. So it's pretty awesome. And online payments enable you to get paid online directly from the Xero online invoice by using Go Cardless or Stripe. Your customers can pay their invoice in just a few clicks using their preferred payment method, such as credit card, debit card, digital wallet, or direct debit. And Stripe or Go Cardless are our preferred providers as they have a direct integration with Xero, meaning that you can sign up to them for free from right within Xero. So Stripe allows you to accept online payments through debit card, credit card, Google Pay or Apple Pay, whereas Go Cardless allows you to collect direct debit payments straight from your customer's bank account. So Nicole will pop a link to a course that we've created on online payments in the chat box now, if you would like to learn more. And for our businesses in Asia, Go Cardless is not available. However, there are so many more other payment collection options, such as Pay Now in Singapore, Do It Now and FPX in Malaysia, EDDA and FPS in Hong Kong. And if you'd like to pay with credit or debit card, you can see the multiple providers that are compatible on the left-hand side of the slide. So do take a quick snapshot of the slide and head to our Xero App Store to connect. And our research shows that businesses which use online payment providers like Stripe or Go Cardless get paid up to twice as fast compared to those that don't. This in itself is already a great step to improving cash flow. And on top of that, it provides a much more beautiful and modern experience for your customers. And to learn more about online invoice payments for your business, make sure to register for the upcoming session, Get Paid Faster with Online Invoice Payments. So I do have a slide at the end for a bunch of webinars that we're running to create a valuable learning journey for you. So stay tuned for that. And another way to help cash flow problems is to stay on top of invoicing, which becomes easier for businesses that move away from the traditional invoicing processes and implement more efficient invoicing process workflows like electronic invoicing, e-invoicing for short. So e-invoicing means that invoices are sent straight into the accounting software. This is where you can send an e-invoice directly from one accounting software into your customer's accounting software without them needing to enter anything. So e-invoices are sent via the public global network, PEPAL, rather than by email. And for those joining us in Asia, the PEPAL e-invoicing network is now called InvoiceNow. And with e-invoicing, the two businesses exchanging the e-invoices don't have to be using the same accounting provider. As long as the system supports e-invoicing, the invoices will flow through and be populated correctly. So that just saves a lot of that data entry. And research shows that e-invoicing reduces payment times. So make sure to register for e-invoicing in Xero to receive e-invoices. You'll be set up in just a few clicks, and it is a free service. And if you would like a deeper dive into e-invoicing and how it works, make sure to check out the webinar Save Time on Data Entry with e-invoicing that we're also running as part of Education Month. But of course, there are other ways to get paid faster, such as shortening payment times, sending invoice reminders to customers, discussing payment terms with your customers as well before you get started, and a whole lot more. So due to the timing of this webinar, we're not going to go into these options in detail, but we do have this guide for top tips on getting your invoices taken seriously. So feel free to scan that QR code on that bottom left on the slide so you can refer back to it later. Nicole will also pop a link into the chat box now. So we've taken a look at some of the ways that you can get paid faster. Let's take a look at some tips on the other side of cash flow, which is around managing your costs. Now, we may not have answers to common questions such as, who do I owe and when is payment due? What's costing the most money? And how can I get a better rate? All of this can be pretty overwhelming, and there are some simple tasks that you can do to better manage your costs and plan ahead. And the first one is to create a budget. So this is often overlooked, but something highly recommended to do. And with digital tools like Xero, you can create budgets easily and compare your actual figures to your budgeted figures. So you can see where costs are high and plan ahead for any costs that may throw you off guard. So let's take a look. So we'll head to the budget manager. And if you haven't already, yes, make sure to check out this budget manager in Xero. So you will find it on the reports dashboard, but I have already favorited this report, which is why it's showing straight into my dropdown. And it is a really simple profit and loss budget. I'll just change my start date to this month. So we can see here, we've got our income, we've got some expenses, our cost of sales, gross profit, etc. And you can manually fill out the figures in these text boxes here. And by clicking on this green arrow, we can apply some formulas just to speed up this manual process. So we can apply a fixed amount to each month, or you could adjust it by an amount each month, or even adjust it by a percentage each month. Let's just say 3%. And if I click apply, 3% increase will be adjusted each month going forward. Or for a faster way to fill out the template, you can export this report, fill in the numbers, and then import it back into Xero for a much faster option. And when you've made any changes, make sure to click Save. And the great thing with the budget manager is that you can pull it into other reports in Xero, for example, like the profit and loss, to compare your actuals versus budget. So if I just go into our budget variance report, this is actually the profit and loss, and then we have some common formats over here, and I've just clicked budget variance. And I'm looking at it in this quarter. So here we can easily see any positive and negative variances, as well as these colored based arrows, which really makes it easy to see any of those positive or negative trends. So make sure to enter your budgets in Xero and check out this budget variance common format in the profit and loss. Now, in addition to making a budget, make a list of your goods that are selling fast and those that aren't. So goods that aren't selling fast are likely to tie up a lot of cash, and it might be worth considering selling it at a discount and focus more on those products that sell more. And sometimes overlooked, but so simple, it's regular communication with your suppliers. So it is really important to have that friendly, regular convos with your suppliers, because if you do have a good relationship with them, they're more likely to offer you those better payment terms. And another tip is to offer early payment in return for a discount if this isn't service that they can provide. So now that we've taken a look at the importance of getting that visibility, how to get paid faster, and how to prepare and plan for your costs, what else can we do to better manage our cash flow? Well, the fourth point is all about adopting digital solutions. So we know the benefits of technology. We use it every day. We've got Netflix that gives us on-demand content. We've got WhatsApp to connect with friends and family and colleagues. And there's so much more. So if we have all this amazing technology in our day-to-day lives, then why would we accept anything less from the tools that we use at work? So going digital isn't just a convenience, it's a lifeline for your business, helping you thrive in today's tech-driven world. But going back to this image, more often than not, we still see businesses managing their finances on clunky sets of spreadsheets or outdated solutions, or even worse, nothing at all. So the reality is there are so many tools out there designed to meet a variety of business needs. And Xero integrates with many industry-leading third-party apps via the Xero App Store, which means they share data and automate processes that would take much longer to complete manually. So do take advantage of those free trials where they are available for other third-party apps to see if they work well for your business. It's kind of like a try before you buy. And digital tools have so many benefits. A key one being it enables you to carry out cash flow forecasting. There are apps and add-ons which take your accounting data and spit out your expected cash flow using AI-powered prediction. This is like the short-term cash flow tool in Analytics Plus. So with Analytics Plus, you've got AI-powered predictions to see your cash flow projections up to 90 days in the future. So let's take a quick look now in Xero. And this is a paid add-on to your Xero subscription. So I'll just change my organization to one that has Analytics Plus. And I'll just head into the short-term cash flow. So here we can see a summary of the potential money coming in and out, and the projected balance at the end of the 90 days. And if we hover along the points of the graph, we can see a breakdown for more information. Now going to the projection breakdown, with the help of AI, Xero makes predictions based on transactions in the last 3 months. So it predicts cash transactions and now even recurring invoices and bills that aren't even entered into Xero yet. So this just helps you get a more complete view and overflow of your cash flow. And scrolling to the bottom, we've got some suggested actions here, like updating our expected and planned payment dates for our invoices and bills that are overdue. And this just means that if we update these expected and planned payment dates, they will show in the graph above, because when they are overdue, they are excluded from this graph here. So it is always important to update these for a better view of our cash flow. But we can also add one-off amounts for scenario planning, just to see what impact it has on your cash flow. So let's just do a quick example now. So I'm just going to type in van purchase, and this is money going out, And let's just say, probably unrealistic, but expected to cost $25,000 and for the end of this month. So we can add this to our projection and see what impact this will have on our future cash flow. And you can see here, we've already got now a dip in red, which indicates might not be the best time to purchase this investment. And that's where we can better plan for our cash flow going forward, or even reach out to our financial advisors. So at a glance, that is the Analytics Plus for the short-term cash flow. So do make sure to check it out if you do want to learn more. It's really great. And another key benefit of adopting digital solutions is better access to capital. So in the current climate, it's becoming harder to raise finance. And businesses that use digital tools, particularly online accounting, have access to better funds and loans. And this is because banks and other financial institutions can be provided with real-time reports that are needed to give out these loans. And another really interesting piece in the access to capital is called invoice financing, sometimes called debtor financing. And it's a pretty simple concept for those who haven't heard of it. So at any given time, a business will have money tied up in outstanding customer invoices, particularly if they are operating in an industry that has long payment terms. An invoice finance lender recognizes the value of these invoices and the likelihood of your customers paying their bills on time. The lender will advance a percentage of that invoice as a loan, so anywhere between 70 to 90% on average. And when the invoice is actually paid, you can repay the advance plus a fee for that short-term loan. So it can be a simple solution to fund the cash flow gap between getting paid and paying your bills, and up until recently was a fairly manual process. And one of the great advantages of cloud accounting software like Xero is that you can provide consent to your online lender to have visibility of your invoices in real time. So there are invoice financing apps out there which you can connect to Xero, and they can give you a loan very quickly. So Nicole will pop a link to the Xero App Store for a list of these apps. And the final main benefit of adopting the right digital tools is that it can increase your business efficiency. So a recent study by Xero found that small businesses that embrace new technology enjoy, on average, 120% higher revenue and report 106% higher productivity. So a key digital tool to help you reduce your admin, save you time, and get better visibility on your business is HubDoc. So when you use HubDoc and Xero together, you can easily get your bills and receipts in Xero to automate data entry. So let's quickly break down the process. HubDoc makes it super easy to capture your bills and receipts using any device, including your mobile, email, and scanner. Once uploaded, the key information is automatically extracted and ready to publish to Xero with the original bill or receipt attached. Bills and receipts show up in Xero all coded for you, which are then easy to match against your bank feed for an up-to-date view of your financials. And all of your bills and receipts are securely stored in the cloud in one place. This makes it easy to search, access, and manage these documents from anywhere in the world. So HubDoc is included in Xero's Business Edition plans, so that's the Starter, Standard, and Premium plan. And if you would like to get a more in-depth understanding of HubDoc for your business, make sure to register for our upcoming session for Education Month, which is Automate Data Entry with HubDoc and Xero. So we've gone through a fair bit, right? And sometimes we may just not know where to start. And that brings us to the final thing that we can do to help improve cash flow, which is to connect with a trusted advisor. So at Xero, we view accountants as trusted advisors in helping you take control of your business. And cash flow is very much at the heart of accounting. So there is no better person to help you tackle and take control of your cash flow than your accountant. They can give you that advice, act as a soundboard, and offer expertise across a range of areas, such as accounting and bookkeeping, cash flow advisory services, and even software implementations to help you get the visibility and take control of your business. So going back to a few previous slides before, even if there were some of those third-party apps that you were keen to take a try on, you could always raise that to your accountant and get them to help you with implementing that first before you get into it. And of course, there's so much more that accountants and bookkeepers offer. So if you don't have an accountant and want to connect with one, then be sure to check out the Xero Advisor directory on our website. So Nicole will pop a link into the chat box now, but also feel free to scan the QR code. And we've covered a lot in this presentation today, so I'll leave you with a few key takeaways. It's important to get visibility of your cash flow. So if you're in a situation where you don't know where to start and don't have oversight, then this is really a key step in understanding what to do next. In fact, it might even offer some really actionable tips, such as the ability to see what invoices we should chase first. Adopt digital solutions. So we've got so much technology and cool technology in our day-to-day lives, like cash flow forecasting tools and HubDoc. So it's worth spending the right time to find the right tools for your business to streamline those processes. And for other solutions like those third-party apps, take advantage of those free trials. There's no harm in giving it a try to see if it's right for your business. And connect with a trusted advisor. You don't have to do it alone. An advisor is there to guide you, support you, so that you can focus on what you love doing best, which is running or managing the business. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us for this webinar. It was a pleasure to have you today. And if you did like today's webinar, be sure to check out the upcoming Education Month content. So I did mention some of the sessions throughout this webinar that we're running as part of Education Month. And these are the sessions that we recommend you to join to create a valuable learning journey for you. So you can register for any of these and upcoming Education Month webinars by scanning that QR code on the right-hand side of the screen. And Nicole will also pop a link again in the chat box. So we would love to see you at another session. So that's all from me. I hope you found this webinar helpful, and I hope to see you on another Education Month webinar soon. Until then, take care, and I'll see you next time.